All right, exponential models to differential equations. How would I get the general solution to that equation here? The dy over dx equals x. First step. So dy equals x dx. Then what would I do? Integrate. So y equals 1/2 x squared plus c. Then I find the particular solution by plugging in the numbers. So then we put in the 4. So 2 equals 1/2 of 4 squared plus c. So 4 squared is 16. Half of that is 8. So 2 equals 8 plus c. So c equals -6. So your differential equation is y equals 1/2 x squared minus 6. Okay? That's your differential equation. We can do that, right? Okay. Let's do this one. How would we solve this differential equation? You have to multiply by dx and divide by y. So 1 over y dy equals dx. If we integrate both sides, what does the left side of my equation become? ln of y equals x plus c. So I want to get y alone. How do I get y alone in this case, Zarya? E both sides. So if I e both sides, y equals e to the x plus c, or e to the x times e to the c. What's e to the c? C. So y equals c e to the x. Now, when x is 4 and y is 2, what is c? Well, 2 equals c e to the 4th. So c equals 2 over e to the 4th. So 2, or y equals 2 over e to the 4th e to the x, right? Well, that doesn't look very pretty. So what's e to the x over e to the 4th? Because that's really what it is. That's e to the x minus 4. Now that's prettier. So y equals 2e to the x minus 4 power. That's solving that differential equation when x equals 4 and y equals 2. So we're going to look at differential equations for word problems today. And we're going to use, most of the time, they'll work out to be exponential equations. So the amount of medication in Rory's bloodstream just decreases at a rate that is proportional at any time to the amount of medication in the bloodstream at that time. So the amount of medication in his bloodstream at that time, dMTT, equals the amount of medication in his bloodstream times the constant of proportionality. Okay? So, to solve this, what would I do? Well, the m goes to the other side because the dm is on top, right? So it's going to be 1 over m dm equals k dt, where k is our constant of proportionality. So ln of m equals k t dt. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No. No, I got it. All right. Integrate. So it's kt plus c, right? Constant of proportionality times the integral of dt is t plus c, kt plus c. So if I e both sides, then m equals e to the kt, e to the c, or m equals c e to the kt. And we'll see this equation lots. Okay? We'll see that it's the equation lots. So, Rory takes 150 grams initially. The amount of medication is halved every 13 hours. So we got to figure out his initial. His initial is at time equals 0. He has 150 milligrams of medication. Okay? So 150 equals C e to the k times 0. Well, what's k times 0? What's e to the 0? 1. So 150 equals C times 1. So C is 150. So C, you're going to understand after a little bit, is going to be your initial. Okay, C is going to be your initial. So M is going to equal 150 e to the kt. So the amount of medication is halved every 13 hours. So what's half of 150? So the amount of medication is 75 equals 150 e to the k times 13. Now we got to solve for k to find our constant of proportionality. So divide by 150. 0.5 equals e to the 13k. How can I get rid of my 13 or my e? ln both sides. So the ln of 0.5 equals 13k. Divide by 13. So k is equal to ln of 0.5 divided by 13. Now we replace that in the equation. So m equals 150 e to the ln of 0.5 divided by 13 times t. Now, how much medication is in his bloodstream after 8 hours? Well, 8 is our t. And everything else is sitting here ready to go. So the amount of medication is 150 e to the ln of 0.5 over 13 times 8. Put that into your calculator and you'll figure out how much is left in his bloodstream. Okay? So it's 150 e and you raise it to the power of 8 times ln of 0.5 divided by 13. Put the 8 out in front. So then it doesn't screw up the equation, hopefully. Well, I would put 8/13 ln of 0.5, actually. Put that in parentheses. Raised to the power. Which answer do you get? You're just guessing, Mr. Comas. 98 is what you get. Okay? So, there will be a little math going on in today's assignments. Okay? You gotta do a little math, a little logarithmic stuff. Yeah. The mass of an isotope decreases at a rate that is proportional to that mass at that time. So dm dt equals km. So if you do this, 1 over m dm equals k dt. So if you integrate, ln of m equals k t plus c. So if you e both sides, m equals c e to the kt, right? Just like the last problem. All right. So what is our initial value? 40. So if you understand this, m equals 40 e to the kt. Are we all right with that? That we can skip over that, because if this is 0, then 40 equals c times e to the 0, which is 1, that's why we get 40. Okay, it was 10 grams after 16 days. So 10 is the mass, 40 e to the k times 16. So divide by 40. You get 0.25 equals e to the 16k, ln both sides. So ln of 0.25 equals 16k, and divide by 16. So it's 1/16 ln of 0.25. So after 20 days, what will it be? So the mass equals 40 e to the 1/16 ln of 0.25 times 20. So m equals 20/16, which is 1.25 ln of 0.25. Because 20 divided by 16 is 1.25. If you put that into your calculator, what do you get? Rounded to the nearest gram. 40 times e to the 1.25 ln of 0.25. Around 7 grams. Which makes sense. K is not a variable. K is a constant. So it's like a 2 or a 7 or whatever. So if you integrate a constant, but dt integrates to t, a variable. Okay? Okay, last one for today. During one time period, the price of rhodium increased at a rate that was proportional to the price of rhodium at that time. So, price of rhodium. Price, should we go P for price or R for rhodium? P for price? All right. So dP dt equals Kp. So 1 over P dP equals K dt. Integrate. Wow, that was a horrible integration symbol. That looks like, Comus is kidding, Andrew. So ln of P equals K T plus C. Oops, E both sides. So P equals C E to the KT. So the initial was 475, so the price equals 475 E to the KT. It quadrupled every 25 months. So what's quadruple of 475? 2 times is 950, so it would be 1900, right? So if you divide by 475, 4 equals e to the 25k, ln both sides. Thank you. K equals ln of 4 divided by 25. So going back to the formula, P equals 475 e to the 125th ln of 4 t. So after 18 months, P equals 475 e to the 18/25 ln of 4. Throw that in your calculator, and let's figure out what it is. 1,289. There you go. Okay. That's the gist of what we're doing. I will sign out the 2 lessons and the quiz, and that's it for today. Next time, we will review for the Khan Academy test. You'll do the Khan Academy test. Next time after that, we'll review for the AP test. And when I'm gone to state wrestling, you'll take the AP test. So I'm not around when you're taking the AP test. So that's what's up.